What's up friends, Chook here and welcome back to Bit Heroes. It's Sunday day, it's item find day, it's Sunday day apparently. It's item find day and that's what we're going to do. But before we start, let's have a look. News, new content coming soon. They haven't even bothered animating it either. So when I first saw this I thought my game had like frozen or something. No, they every other thing animates. This is cool, this is back. Or is this new? I don't know, they had one of these a while ago. I think it might be back. Yeah, returns. Okay, if I could read properly. Either way, this is not animated, so this is just still image, still saying new content coming soon. Pardon me, I'm a little bit sick, so apologies for that. So, I think I was mentioning, I'm pretty sure I was mentioning that usually it has like a countdown or something. When the new content comes out, it'll say like new content coming soon, and the next week it'll say new content. And then it'll have like a countdown saying like 6 days, 23 hours, etc, etc. So, that's still not there, which makes me think that it's at least another 2 weeks, at least a week. Because like we've got this week to go, but I would say at the end of next week it will have the countdown. But I said that about this week, so really it's speculation. None of us know. Nobody knows. But I would say at least a week, probably 2, maybe more. But hopefully not. So I know there's a lot of people that, on my Discord and stuff like that that are disappointed. Let's just get cracking into a raid while I'm talking about this, right? There's a lot of people disappointed. They're like, oh man, I thought the new content was coming, or it's not even got the countdown, like how long is it going to be, etc, etc. Which is true, and it is, you know, a bit disappointing because like when you, it's like anything in life, right? If something is teased to you and you're like, hell yeah, I'm really excited about that thing, and then, you know, it takes ages for that thing to come around, you get a bit like, oh, but I want it now. But you know, patience and all that. This game is all about patience, but I think they should have said new content coming soon and then had a week of that, and then the next week had the countdown, and that should have been better. A lot of game developers will do like they'll release or they'll leak like a trailer or some footage or something of some game to get people hyped, and then the game doesn't come out for like 4 years, and you're just like, oh man, like, I gotta wait all the, and then you lose interest in it, and then it comes out, and you're like, oh, well, I was really excited about it 4 years ago, but now not so much, da 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 da. And then you got people that do the complete opposite, and, you know, drop a trailer or something at, like, Gamescom or E3 or whatever it be, and then the game comes out, like, a few months later. Or, this, like, whole Apex Legends thing that's taken over the world at the moment, which I probably won't make content on, because Battle Royales aren't really my thing. Like, shooters aren't really my thing, so I've been playing it a little bit on PlayStation. It's alright, like, I don't mind it, but it's not, like, I'm not passionate about it or anything. But that game came out of nowhere. Like, it's Titanfall universe, which I like, and it's class-based, which I like. So out of all of the, you know, PUBG and Fortnite and it, which are the big three, it's definitely... Pardon me. As I mentioned, I'm a little sick. Out of PUBG and Fortnite and Apex Legends, definitely my favorite, because it's class-based, kind of RPG in that way, and it's got Titanfall universe, which is kind of cool. You can't like wall jump and stuff because you're not a pilot, but still, it's pretty cool. Anyway, that game wasn't leaked or announced or anything. They just went, you know what, have it, and then you woke up the next day and everyone's like, Apex Legends, what the hell? So that's a kind of a cool thing to do. But you're not really expecting it. I think like announcing something and then very shortly after releasing it is a good idea, right? Because it builds the hype, everyone's super excited, and it comes out while everyone's super excited. If you announce something and then wait too long, people just like give up and be like, eh. Anyway, that's beside the point. It will come in the next few weeks, it'll be fine. So what we're doing is, in Raid 6, Heroic, right? It is item find day, so there's no point really doing anything else. We've got the 50% bonus to item find. We may as well put our item find runes on and try to find some items. However, we're maxed out, right? We got the 3 set, the mythic, and then the 2 legendary ring and necklace thing. I did get rid of my peppermint ring. I traded that in to get enough beanstalks to be able to upgrade my set. I was never going to be able to upgrade it fully anyway, so it was just going to sit there, so I thought, why not? So we don't really need any gear, but we do need the schematic for the boss on this raid, the Columbusum. I'm gonna go with that. We still need that schematic. I've been doing this raid every day apart from Thursdays for the last 5-6 months, however long it's been out. well, I don't know, since it's been out, every single day, apart from Thursdays. And have not got the schematic. So, yeah, I think I was talking about that last week. And some people, you know, bitching, complaining and stuff, and whatever, that they're not getting, you know, the Bobodom schematic or something they've been trying for like 3 days, or 2 weeks, or whatever it is. It's just like, yeah, I get it. But, you know, I've been doing this for, let's say, 5 months, every day. And like, you know, 8, 9, 10, 12 raids a day, and still no schematic. So, it's just the way it is. So that's what we're here for. That's basically why we're here for Item Find Day. Pardon me. Until the new content comes out, and then we'll obviously smash the new content. But until then, we may as well use the Item Find bonus. And you know, this is the best tier thing we can do with the Item Find bonus. And we need that schematic anyway, so it kind of works out. But if we get any legendaries or drops or anything, it's kind of wasted because we don't need them anymore. So we're here purely and utterly nothing but the schematic. I mean, if any of these fans decide to come up with persuasion, you know, we'll definitely throw gold at it. But that's not what we're here for. We're here just for the schematic, and we can hope that we can get it. So let's hope, right? Because I've been going for Oxla. I've been spending all of my energy turning it into raids. Let's just revive you. Actually, probably do a little one and swap you guys around. There we go. I've been transferring all of my energy into raids. Raid shards. And been doing raid 1 for Oxla. So I can make Oxla Wrath. And that's been going pretty well. Like, as far as like that mechanic works fine. You can do it. It's no problems. But I haven't been able to get or capture Oxla at all. I've got the gems and everything waiting. And I'm going for him because I don't have this Columbus schematic, right? So if I had the Columbus schematic, he's like a 40% block or 45% block tank, pretty good. But I would probably still go for the Oxla anyway, because like, I don't know, collecting fams and all that, alright, got to catch them all that sort of thing. And work towards mythics and all that sort of stuff. So, Zolofby is the one that we need to go towards the Overworld mythic fusion, but I don't have Zol or Bully, whereas I have 2 Astaroth that I got with gold, back from when Raid 1 was like the current highest thing I could do. Just 2 Astaroth popped up. Pretty, like, it was like, if I remember, this was a long time ago, like a year and a half ago or something. But it was like, Astaroth popped up for Persuasion, and I'd never seen a Legendary pop up for Persuasion before, and I'm like, oh shit. And I didn't have gems because I didn't know what I was doing and stuff. So, because there were no guide videos or anything at that time, I just threw gold at it, and it was successful, and I'm like, hooray! And then I remember typing to my guild, I'm like, oh, I just caught Astaroth with gold, is that good? And everyone's just like, shit, yeah, that's good. And I'm like, hooray! And then, like, 3 raids later, he came up for gold again, and I came up for Persuasion again, threw gold, and I got him again. So I got super lucky with that. But that was back when Raid 1 was like, you know, that's all there was. So, or maybe Raid 2 was out, I can't remember. Maybe there was 2 raids, but I was in Raid 1 anyway. That was the highest tier I was doing. And yeah, got 2 Astaroths and have had them ever since. But have never got a Bully or an Astaroth, a Bully or a Oxla to fuse them with. So all the time I was doing Raid 1, nothing. All the time I was doing Raid 3, nothing. And so, yeah, that's kind of crappy, right? So Oxla Wrath is a, or Oxla Wrath, however you want to pronounce it, is a pretty good tank. 65% block chance, and he has a 1 SP target enemy spell damage doodad thing, which is great. So 65% block is what he's there for. He's also got drain health and stuff, so he's like a drain tank. But 65% block with a fair amount of stamina sounds pretty good to me. Zolofby is better, I think, because he's got better stats. We'll have a look after this raid. But like I mentioned, I don't have any parts to Zolofby, whereas I'm only missing the Oxla for Oxla. And going into new content, Trials and Gauntlet, because apparently they're changing stuff up. And who knows what's happening in the new Trials Gauntlet, or the new tier in general, or the new content in general. And then they were saying they were doing something with familiars as well. Like, if I can get a kick-ass tank for it, it's not gonna, you know, it's not gonna be bad, right? We still have Meaty and Gummy and Bobodom and others we can use, and we'll continue to use. But if I can get Oxla, that would be pretty good. So that's what we're going for. So I'm pretty much turning all of my energy every time I get 100 energy. So at the moment I got 268 because it's the first time I've logged in today. I will change those 200 of that 268. So I'll have 68 left over. But I'll change those 200 into 2 raid shards. And that's what I've been doing. And just doing raid 1 every day. With no luck just yet, but here's hoping, right? Because I have 9 raid shards normally, like that respawn, like 9 maximum raid shards, because that's the guild perk I've chose to fully upgrade first. Pardon me. So I've got 9 raid 1s every day, and then they naturally regen, right? Every 2 hours you get a raid shard. So it's probably doing it twice. Something like that, maybe not. Probably doing like 15 raids a day, we'll say. Like, hypothetically, off the top of my head, I don't know. We'll just make that number up. 15 sounds good. So 15 raid 1s a day. Well, if it says new content coming soon, it still doesn't have a timer. I'm going to say another 2 weeks. So 15 raids a day for 6 days a week, because Sunday we'll do this. Twice. Times 2. That's a lot of raids. Raid 1s, right? That's a fair amount of raid 1s. So let's hope, right? Let's hope. Thursday obviously gives you the capture rate bonus, but because Oxler is such a hard familiar to get, and I think the chance for him coming up for persuasion is like 0.1%. I think I read that somewhere. That's what I've been telling people. I hope that's true. I can't get, like, there's no way of me guaranteeing that that's true, or proving that that's true, because like I'm not a dev. I don't have the numbers. But I remember reading that somewhere, that all the rare like Oxler and Bully and Mimsy and all that sort of stuff have like less than 1% chance of popping up for persuasion when you see them, and you don't even see them every raid. So for them to pop up for persuasion when you see them is super rare. So you know, it's pretty hard to catch them. Now I'll talk on capture rate tome in a sec, because I've had a lot of people saying, why don't you use capture rate tome, and I'll mention that in just a sec. But if we go to familiars and we have a look at fusion, we can see that Oxleroth, whatever his name is. Here we go, he's got 1500 stamina, so it's not the highest stamina in the world, but he's got 60% block, and then he's got this one SP damage to target enemy thing, which if you've watched my PvP tips and tricks, or just watch my videos in general, or if you've just been playing the game for long enough, you would know that 1 SP target damage is really good. So especially on PvP, or even on flags or something that you're stuck on, you just need to like down the healer first or something like that, you can just smash him out with this. So really good tank. Then if we look at Zolivby, which is here, you can see there's 60% block chance. He has higher stamina. He doesn't have quite as much attack, I don't think, but he has like 25% more stamina than Oxleroth. Like, he's got 2k. The other guy had 1.5k. But he doesn't have the target attack, but he has spread heal instead. So they're kind of interchangeable. Like, target attack obviously is really good for killing someone and burning someone down as quickly as possible. Spread heal is good for spread healing, right? So they're kind of similar, actually. So hang on, let's have a look. They both have 60% block. That's the main thing, right? Because that's huge. So he has basically 1,000, 2,800. 1,000, and you have, where are you? 1,200, so a little bit more, 1,500, so like a fair chunk less, and then 1,100, a fair chunk more. So it's kind of averages out as far as how many stats they have, like, because it's all based on your stats and stuff, obviously, but just in different parts. So like, Zolivby is a little tankier, but Oxler does more, Oxleroth does more damage. And like I said, one SP target move compared to 1 SP heal. So they're different. I would be happy with either. And because we're closer to Oxleroth, that's why I'm going for him. But we do need a Zolivby eventually, because we need to put him towards the Mythic Fusion. So that's going to really hurt, getting rid of Zolivby, because he's so good, to make a Mythic. But, you know, it's a Mythic, so I'm going to test that out for science for you guys. So if anyone's interested in Mythic Fusions and whether they're worth it and all that sort of stuff, I'll do it, and you can see. But I do know, I've been told by multiple people, and Cats Kittens was the last one told me, that a Walken +5 has more base stats than a Mythic Fusion at base. So a +5 Walkham is kind of better than a Walder, but we're going to have both, and so that should be pretty good. Now, capture rate tome. I've had quite a few people, because I was talking about on Thursday capture rate video, and I've been talking a little bit in Discord and stuff about trying to get this Oxler, right? It's been my focus since I got all my gear upgraded, and the new tier's coming, the new content's coming. It's just like everything is focused on getting that little red bastard. And I've had a heap of people go, why don't you get a capture rate tome, it'll help, da 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 da, and it's like, well, it won't, really. Because, let's do the math, and reminder, I'm really bad at math. Let's say that what I said before was true, and then he has a 0.1% chance of coming up for persuasion. That's a 1/10 of 1%. That's really, really low. Like, super fucking low. Right? So, a capture rate tome increases your chance to catch powerful familiars. I think that's the gist of it, or the flavor text on it, by 200%. So you get 200% capture rate, which sounds fantastic, but in reality, it's not that great. So you're pretty much 100% is doubling, 200% is tripling, right? Of what the base thing is. So if I have 0.1% chance of catching Oxler, if I use a capture rate tome, 0.1%, 100% bonus on that is going to take it to 0.2, 200% is going to take it to 0.3. So I've gone from 0.1% chance to 0.3% chance. It's basically no bonus whatsoever. Like, we're still well and truly under half of 1% of capturing him. A capture rate tome is going to cost, I think it's like 600 gems or something. It's not going to do jack diddly squat to catch Oxler. It's not going to do jack diddly squat in general, really. I think it's a really bad consumable. I have recommended pretty much anyone that's asked me about it not to buy it. I think it's crap. It's probably good for, let's say you were doing, pardon me, let's say you were doing Kolvag, whatever his name is, the dungeon with Staus in it, right? Staus, that you need like a gajillion to make, you need 6 to make a Velk. Alright, let's say you're doing what I'm doing, and you want to make your Walkhams up and stuff, and you need like 36 Velk, so 36 Stauses, say. And let's say the Stauses have a 5% chance of coming up for persuasion. I don't know, again, hypothetical, I don't know the actual numbers, but let's say it's 5%, right? If you use a capture rate tome, that 5% turns into 15%, right? So 100% of 5% is double it to 10, 200% is going to double, it's going to triple it to 15%. All of a sudden, you've gone from 5% to 15%. That's a fair gap, right? That's a fair improvement. And if it's not 5%, if it's 10%, then you've gone from 10% to 30%. It's huge. It's worth it, right? If you're gonna go to a dungeon and look for a rare or common familiar that you need a bunch of, then capture rate tome might be worth it. Probably still not, but might be worth it just to save time. But if you're going for like even a raid boss, right? let's say you're going for Astaroth. You've got Oxler and you're going for Astaroth. Again, I don't know the numbers, but I'm just hypothetically throwing it out there. Or Columbus, what is this? Columbus, this dude. Say you've got the schematic and the dewdrops and everything, but you need him. Let's say that he has a 1% chance of coming up for persuasion. If you use your capture rate tome, that 1% chance is going to turn into 3%. It's really not that big of a deal. And you're using 600 gems to go from 1% to 3%. Or in Oxler's chance, 0.1% to 0.3%. It's not worth it in the slightest. Capture rate tomes, I think, are a trap, and people buy them thinking they're great, and they're not. So, that's my take on them. I don't know what everyone else's take on them is. If you've used one and you've thought it's fantastic, let me know. But if I'm doing my maths right, and again, I could be wrong, because my maths is pretty bad, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. It's just not worth it. It's worth it, like I said, it's hypothetically worth it at least. It's like you could toss it up whether it's worth it for like common and rare fams. But as soon as you're going for the epics or the legendaries or something from a raid, I would say the capture rate tome using it for raids is kind of pointless. So that's my take. Let me know if you think I'm wrong, or what you know, experience you've had with them, if you've had luck with them or whatnot. But definitely for Oxler, it's completely pointless. So yeah, I appreciate the suggestion and stuff, but yeah, not for me. It's a giant waste of gems in general. I pretty much save my gems and use them only on legendary familiars, and if I'm gonna buy like a super scroll or something sometimes, but mainly legendary familiars, and then I save up for pet eggs or accessories until I get legendary. So at the moment I'm trying to save up 5k to get the mega super 5k box accessory thing to try and get a legendary from there. Last time we did that, we got the lifesteal epic. That was the best thing we got, which is probably the worst epic in the game. So that sucked, but you know, is what it is. RNG and all that will save up another 5k, but at the moment we have like 2.7, I think, so effectively we're halfway, but 1.6 of that is going to Oxler, so really we're back. We've only got about 1,000, 1.1k or something gems. We're a ways off. And then pardon me, the new content is around the corner, and we don't know what that is going to hold for us, like what's in store. So I did have a comment, I think I touched on this on Thursday, that it was just like, oh, I've got my 5k, should I buy the box now or should I wait for the new content to see what's up? And I'm like, well, you may as well just wait, man, because you know the new content could come out and there could be some fancy new thing that like is a completely new mechanic or a new consumable or a new something, new accessories and pets, new all sorts of stuff. Right, you may as well wait, considering we're this close. I know it's kind of frustrating because you just want to get it over and done with and hope for the best, but you may as well wait because you never know what's going to be around the corner. And there could be all this cool stuff, and you know, it's a big, like, it might even be like a launch thing for the new content. It might only be like, you know, new content available for 3 days or something. You can buy this thing, and then if you don't buy it within that 3 days, you can never buy it ever again. So it could be something like that. I don't know, but you may as well wait. Considering we're this close, you may as well wait. So anyone that's on the verge of buying something or saving up to buy something, I highly recommend that you wait it out and just see what's new. If nothing's new, then all you've done is just waste a couple of weeks of time. It's not a big deal, right? It's not like if you bought your box and you got your legendary accessory now, it's not like it's going to make that much of a difference between now and 2 weeks from now. Like, it's, you know, so I would just wait. But anyway, that's my advice. Take it or leave it. It's up to you. Yeah, that's what I would do. And if I had 5k, that's exactly what I would do, actually. But I don't. But I'd just be happy for either Oxler or the schematic from here, or both. Actually, I'd be happy with both. Let's go for both, right? If we're gonna go hard, if we're gonna go, we may as well go hard. So, I'm losing my voice now. I would like the schematic, and I would like it Oxler, and I would like it today. That would be nice. Pretty unfortunate, actually. Been doing this raid for so long and not found that schematic. It's a bit crazy, considering I was talking before, like every day you're doing what I'm doing, you know, on average maybe 15 raids. 15 raids 6 times a day. That's it. 15 Jesus. 16 raids 6 times a week for 5 months or whatever it's been. You'd think the odds would be in your favor, you know, like, I don't know. Maybe not. Obviously not. Alright. Well, I think we'll kill this off, and then we'll call it a day. A little bit of a shorter episode, but my voice is going, and I need to clear my throat and all that sort of stuff. So I'm sure you understand and stuff, but yeah, a little bit of a short episode this week. But hopefully I'll be, you know, good for Thursday, and everything will be back to how it was, back to normal. And we'll smashing out those raid ones for Oxler. So I think on Thursday I had all my raids built up. I had 9 raids, and then we traded our energy. So we did for 4 more raids. So we did 13 raids on Thursday. Whereas if you tried to do 13 raid 6s, you'd be here till Christmas. Take forever. Anyway, that is Sunday Item Find done. As I said, we weren't going for gear or anything. I don't think we got anything anyway. No, we didn't. We didn't get junk. What is the last thing I got, actually? Yeah, okay, that's it. Good. Oh, and that was the accessory we got. Absolutely awful. Terrible. It's like I spent 5k and I got the worst thing in the game. The worst epic, at least. But yeah, we didn't get any gear, but that wasn't the point. We didn't get the schematic, which is sucky, but it is what it is. Thursday we'll go back for Oxlot and hopefully we'll smash it out. But either way, that is it for now. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. If you like this video, click here to see another one just like it. If you're new to the channel and like what I'm doing, click here to subscribe and become the newest member of the Chicken Coop. If you really like what I'm doing, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description, where you can help support me and help the channel grow. You'll also find a link to the channel's Discord server where you can chat with me and other members of the Chicken Coop. And don't forget to hit that notification bell.